Hey y'all, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. We are live right here in downtown Knoxville. We've got two artists on the show today. Both of them came over from Nashville to join us. Coming up on the second half of the show, we've got Quinn O'Donnell. But right now, here's Jordan Allen.
Every night I see you here in this barroom with the same old glass of wine. I can tell you know a thing or two, baby. I can tell you're down to have a good time. I got it bad for you, baby, and I don't know what else to do. I got it bad for you, mama. Let me make you feel good tonight. Girl, I know that we're just strangers, and I haven't caught your name. Hear me out, I lay it all on the table. I'm not trying to make you play no games. I got it bad for you, baby, and I don't know what else to do. I got it bad for you, mama. Let me make you feel good tonight. When I sleep, my dreams are fixed upon you. When I wake, I'm all alone. I gotta love you, I gotta have you, I gotta feel your skin on mine. Lord, I just can't hold it back no more. Yeah, I got it bad for you, baby, and I don't know what else to do. I got it bad for you, mama. Let me make you feel tonight. Oh, let me make you feel good tonight. Thank you. As he said, my name is Jordan Allen from London, Kentucky, and that song right there is called I Got It Bad, and it was the first single I put out this year. Recently kind of rebranded from Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers to just Jordan Allen. And that was the first song I put out under my own name. And I'm going to follow it up with the most recent single. The song's called Rain in Chicago. And I do a lot of co-writing, especially with people that I know and trust. And one of my favorite co-writers, his name's Michael Litton, and he's from Jonesville, Virginia. And we write a lot. And we had just written this really deep and personal, emotional song the night before, and I was staying with him. We were playing some shows out his way, and woke up the next day, and we wanted to write a song, and I said, you got any hooks? And he said, no. How about you? I said, no. And he looked at me and he said, well, it's raining outside. Can we write about that? And this song just kind of fell out of the sky. It's called Rain in Chicago. Wish that I'd forgot to pay the telephone bill, then you'd have never got that call. I know you said that there's no life for you in Bristol, but I never thought you'd go that far. I can't help but wonder now if the rain falls down on you in Chicago like it does back here on me in Tennessee. Ever since the day that you walked out, I got nothing but storm clouds. Does the rain fall down on you in Chicago like it does in Tennessee? It's so hard for me to forget your name when my blue skies all are gray. Day after day the downpours come and wash you away any progress that I've made. I don't have to wonder now if the rain falls down on you in Chicago like it does back here on me in Tennessee. Ever since the day you walked out, I got nothing but storm clouds. Does the rain fall down on you in Chicago like it does in Tennessee? No need to kick me when I'm down. I got my answer now. I guess the rain don't fall on you in Chicago like it does back here on me in Tennessee. Ever since the day that you walked out, yeah, I got nothing but storm clouds. Guess the rain don't fall on you in Chicago like it does in Tennessee. Hey, like it does in Tennessee. Thank you.
That's Jordan Allen on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Well, welcome back to the show. You've been here, you said 3 times before. I've not had the honor of hosting you yet, but I'm happy to get to do it this time.
Glad to be here.
So you said just a second ago you're from London, Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Which means that I misspoke at the beginning of the show. I don't know why I got that in my head. I guess we get so many people from Nashville over here. Somehow I just lined that right up. But you are from London. And you were telling me a great story about a couple of shows you did recently right up the road from London in Lexington. And let's talk about those a little bit, because I thought that was something really unique. You played in a prison.
Yeah.
So tell us that story.
Yeah, so in October, me and a few guys that I have the pleasure of sharing the stage with quite often, we got to go to the Federal Medical Center is the official name for it. It's a federal prison in Lexington. And I knew someone on the inside, I guess you could say, and they kind of helped me make it a possibility. But it kind of all started because me and my manager, we were talking about, I feel like a lot of the music that I write is kind of old-fashioned. A lot of my fans are my dad's age, between 65 and 75, and I joked about, well, I should just do a nursing home tour because that's who likes my music. And she said, well, it'd be a captive audience. And I said, captive audience? Well, what about a prison? And but above that too, I'm not. I don't play Christian music, but I am a believer in Christ, and so I feel like He's woven into my music, and I just thought it was a great opportunity to go and share that with people there. So.
And you recorded the shows too.
Yeah, we got to record we did 2 shows, a male population show and a female population show, and we recorded the male population show and wanted to do a live EP. Johnny Cash style. So that's what we did, and it'll be coming out hopefully around March. So
glad you mentioned Johnny Cash, because I'm sure that's what's in the back of everybody's mind hearing that story, right?
Yeah, dressed in all black. I mean, you gotta do that, right?
You got to do that as well. So you're gonna put that out sometime in the spring, but then you also have a vinyl release coming up soon.
Yeah, so I put out a single a month from February to December, and so a lot of those songs will be included on it. And then 2 songs that have never been released, they're going to be recorded and put on there, or they have been recorded and they're on the vinyl. And so we're looking at doing just I feel like a long time ago you'd get a new vinyl and you might call someone and, hey, I got the new Skinner record, come over, and you'd pour a drink. And the vinyl, you might talk about it, but there'd be small talk, and it was kind of an experience, right, and fellowship, and that's kind of what I want this release to be. We're going to do it at Love is Real Coffee Shop in London, Kentucky, and the vinyl is going to be the background of the evening, and I want fellowship and just a good time to be at the forefront of it, and hopefully, maybe we can sell some vinyl there too.
Yeah, definitely listening to a vinyl record is a different experience, right?
Yeah.
So one more quick thing, and then we'll get back to the music, but I think people might just be interested that you had the opportunity to be on The Voice.
Yeah.
So just tell us that story.
It was kind of felt like a whirlwind anyway. I feel like I live a pretty normal life, and it's TV, right? So I didn't think they would be interested in my story, and I was wrong. And on my 30th birthday, I got a phone call from a California number, and they said, hey, you made it through the next step. And I'm like, great, who do I have to interview with now? They're like, no, you're going to Hollywood unless you're, crazy. We'll check that. You go through a psych eval. I'm like, well, it depends on your definition, but okay. So, from February, I was just, because you're well aware you can get cut, at any time. And so I didn't just expected to get cut, and I never did, and ended up getting on John Legend's team, and it was a wonderful experience, and I'm very thankful for that. So,
all right, yeah, so fun stuff. Well, let's get back to some more music.
Cool. All right. This song right here is called "If It Don't Bend," and it's one of the unreleased tunes that's going to be on the vinyl, and I feel like maybe a lot of my songs are prayers, really, just kind of written down, and this one came on the Louis B. Nunn Parkway, which I know you know something about. We were talking earlier. I had played probably one of the worst shows of my life, and I was like, man, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this anymore? And I felt like a 3-hour talk with God, just about, I don't know, just being bitter and really questioning why I was doing what I'm doing. And I came out on the other end of it, still believing that good Lord put me here to share songs in some capacity. And so that's kind of what this is about. But I encourage you, no matter what you're doing, it's good to question why you're doing what you're doing. And I hope you can come out on the other end of it still believing that you're supposed to do it. Sometimes I feel like some judge sitting up high dropped his gavel down and sentenced me to time, to travel late at night all alone, with nothing in my pocket, no loot to bring home. If it don't bend, I might break. Leaving my family for nothing is more than I can take. Won't you drop me a line for my sanity's sake? 'Cause if it don't bend, I might break. Sometimes I wonder, is this a sign? Should have traded in my collar and go punch time. Should have give it all up and prove I'm alright. Lord, that's the things that I think about out here at night. If it don't bend, I might break. Leaving my family for nothing is more than I can take. Won't you drop me a line, my sanity's sake? 'Cause if it don't bend, I might break. Yeah, my daddy told me when I was 15 years old, if that's a life you wanna live, boy, it's a hard road. And that was half my life ago, but I feel it now. I'm just one more bad show from breaking down. If it don't bend, I might break. Leaving my family for nothing is more than I can take. Won't you drop me a line, my sanity's sake? 'Cause if it don't bend, I might break. I might break. I might break. Thank you so much. He mentioned being on The Voice earlier, and I wrote this song. It's the closing track for my upcoming vinyl, and I wrote this song out there. And what nobody tells you is that there's a lot of days off. You're out there, but I said it. I kind of felt like I was like in like a rich people's jail, because I still had a bunch of, access to good things, good food, and a workout facility. But you had to kind of stay within certain confines of your hotel. And so I did a lot of playing guitar out there, and tried to do a lot of writing. And the hardest thing about being that far away from home is I've got a wonderful wife and 2 children, and I miss them so much. And so I remember being really lonely and just writing this song. It's called California Sunrise. And while it was a great opportunity, I had to leave behind a lot at home. So I hope y'all like this. There's nothing I want more than to drive into that California sunrise. Throw down the pedal to the floor, not let up until I'm looking into your eyes. At the end of all this lonely, there's bound to be some good. So I guess I keep on saying, I know I can't, but if I could, I'd go right now. Wouldn't waste another moment without you. I'd go right now. If I could, sweet mama, that's just what I'd do. I'd go right now. I miss the sun through our blinds, and I miss the taste of your lips on mine. And it's killing me, I got no control. All I got's this pen and paper to ease my mind. So I'm writing you this letter to try and find some good, and to say how much I love you and that I can't. But if I could, I'd go right now. Wouldn't waste another moment without you. I'd go right now. If I could, sweet mama, that's just what I'd do. I'd go right now. Just like a rainbow at the end of a summer shower, I'd brave the storm to see you. I'm counting down the hours. There's nothing I want more than to drive into that California sunrise. Thank you so much. It's going to be my last number. I just want to thank WDVX and Blue Plate Special for having me on. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you. This tune right here is also off the upcoming vinyl. It was a single I put out in May. I wrote this song with a guy named Ben Wagner. And for me, I feel like my favorite song, or my favorite sound, not song, my favorite sound in the whole world is when it starts to get warm and the crickets and the frogs come out at night. It always makes me really sad when they stop chirping at night. And so I was thinking about that and being outside, and he pitched this really great hook line. And I think this song could be about a lot of things, but I think for me, ultimately, this song is about connecting with the Creator through His creation. There's a lot of distractions, and I'm guilty of so many. But I know that, when I'm out in nature and barefoot, I feel closest to the Creator, and I think that's how it's supposed to be. The song's called Dogwood's Bark. People tell me it's too quiet out here without the hustle and the bustle. Sirens in their ears. People like the nightlife and going out on the town. They're taking all of that good stuff and just drowning it out. Ooh, songs as old as time. Ringing in the wild, a symphony you play. Crickets start singing after dark. If you care to listen, you can hear that wind howl and the dogwoods bark. Be surprised what can be said, saying nothing at all. Oh, the things that we hide from inside our concrete walls. You can only make it so far, severed from your roots. If you want to take in that moonlight, just kick off your shoes. Ooh, songs as old as time. Ooh, ringing in the wild. There's a symphony you play. Crickets start singing after dark. If you care to listen, you can hear that wind howl and the dogwoods bark. Come on, slow it down, here with me. Let that precious sound set you free. Ooh, songs as old as time. Ooh, ringing in the wild. It's a symphony you play. Crickets start to sing after dark. If you care to listen, you can hear that wind howl and the dogwood bark. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
That's Jordan Allen on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. You can keep up with his music at jordanallenofficial.com. We're gonna switch the stage over now. While we do that, I have a couple of things to tell you. The WDVX Blue Plate Special is presented by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria on Jackson Avenue in Knoxville's Old City, home of the Big Plate on Fridays, and by Modelo Especial in Corona Extra. Additional support comes from Visit Knoxville. We got a bunch of great shows still coming up before the end of the year. Tomorrow we've got Megan Pulls and Aralai Michelle, and then with Abe Partridge on Wednesday, Hope McGregor and King Paul on Thursday, and Friday at the Big Plate down at Barley's, we've got a big band, Milkman and the Big Band, and I'll be back to host that one as well. Eli Fox, along with Kurt Lee Wheeler next Saturday, E.T. and Dustin Sellers as Sad Bachelor next Monday. Yeah, it just keeps coming. And then we got a couple of Christmas-oriented shows to finish things out before we take a little break. We've got Dave Egger and friends are going to be doing a Christmas show on the 23rd. And then we'll move down to Barley's again on the 24th for Todd Steed and the Christmas Sons. Always a fun show. It's become a bit of a tradition here on the Blue Plate Special. Well, it looks like we're all ready to go. So it's always an easy switchover when it's two solo artists. I've been here when there were two full bands before, and that can take a little bit longer. But you all give a big welcome to Quinn O'Donnell.
Hi, everybody. This first song I'm going to play for y'all is called Birthday Cake Lighter. It's about how I didn't know how to use a lighter until I was in college.
To do, but I think that I really like you. I'm sorry that it's taken so long for me to say it. I wanna go out tonight and stare at Nola's brightly colored lights, exploring a new place. It's not so bad when you're here with me. I'll bring my birthday cake lighter. Your kisses are taking me higher. Let's go out and dance all night, and I'll remember what it feels like to fly, 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 fly. That I am not your very typical kind of guy. I like to think I'm tough to an extent, so don't mess with me. Come on now, let's go for a ride, and we can go lose track of all our time. Don't think about another stupid thing. Look into my eyes. I'll bring my birthday cake lighter. Your kisses are taking me higher. Let's go out and dance all night, and I'll remember what it feels like to fly, 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 fly. Let's go for a ride. Let's go out tonight. Let's go for a ride. Let's go out tonight. I'll bring my birthday cake lighter. Your kisses are taking me higher. Let's go out and dance all night, and I'll remember what it feels like to fly, 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 fly. Let's go for a ride. Let's go
Thank you, guys. Man, it is so cold today. I feel so frigid and just freezing all the time, even though we're inside and everybody's nice and warm in here. This next tune for y'all, I'm gonna play. I wrote this when I was, I think, 18 years old, and I wrote it in a bathtub at 2 o'clock in the morning, just on a sleepless night. And it's called Miss Lonely Heart. It's about a girl who was very sad, and I think she's not so sad anymore, but at a time she once was, so this is that tune here for you.
She heats her coffee water to 200 degrees. She finds herself in the mirror. She doesn't like what she sees. Her conscience is devouring her, but not her low self-esteem. She used to have a man who would never give her space, but now she has someone who is never on her case. It's hard to give yourself up to someone who is never there. But she'll never give him up because she's far too scared. This lonely heart, don't be so sad. None can see you crumbling to pieces, and that's far too bad. Venus smiles down on Earth from up above, and she's feeling every emotion except for love. She says, please give me one good reason not to just end myself. 'Cause I'm tired of being a wallflower on a dusty shelf. This lonely heart, don't be so sad. None can see you crumbling to pieces, and that's far too bad. And the closer that tomorrow gets, you just want to feel glad. But none can see you crumbling to pieces, and that's far too bad. And that's far too bad.
Thanks, y'all.
That's Quinn O'Donnell on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
This is your first time on the show, right?
Yes, it is.
And you actually are from Nashville. And and when I say from,
I am from Nashville.
well, which not many people who come through here are actually from Nashville. They've moved there to play music, but you grew up there, so
Yes, I did.
You can really claim it for sure. Well, you've been making music for a long time, considering how young you are.
Yeah, it's been a minute. First live show I ever played as Quinn O'Donnell, I was 15 years old. It was actually in Texas, just kind of on the road with my dad. We were on a fun just family trip together, and I played at Do-Si-Do and caught the bug, and I was 15 then. It's been over 10 years. I won't say how old I am, but it's been a long time.
You do the math, right?
Yeah, exactly. You do the math.
So, I mean, you had an unusual childhood in that your parents were musicians as well. So talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I come from a very musical household. My parents were both musicians. They met in jazz school in Miami. Very warm down there. My dad was a bass player and a songwriter for my mom. My mom was like a jazz, R&B, and kind of Christian musician as well too. But they were always on the road, and so I really grew up traveling a lot and learning how to live on a tour bus. And it was quite some time before we kind of really settled in, and I was able to kind of go to school and have a little bit more of a routine. But definitely made me very well traveled at a young age, and just being surrounded by that.
And do your parents still play?
Not as much as they used to. My mom occasionally sings in church, and I can tell she really enjoys it. She loves doing that. And my dad is now more on the business side of things rather than performing.
I see.
Yeah.
I was interested when we were chatting, and you brought up who your biggest musical hero was growing up. And I was kind of surprised by it. So, talk about that a little bit.
I'm curious which one you're referring to. I feel like I mentioned a bunch of different people.
Okay. Sting.
Oh, yeah, Sting.
That's who I was surprised by.
Yeah, I know we mentioned we had a couple mutual friends. I wasn't sure if it was one of those.
Right,
but
right.
When I was, I think 12 years old, really, I became obsessed with the band The Police, and I wanted to be a bass player and just was absolutely obsessed with Sting. My dad would give me bass lessons after school, and it was so much fun. I definitely couldn't play any of it now if you asked me to, but Walking on the Moon was the first song I learned on bass. It was super fun.
Well, that's very cool.
Yes.
So let's talk about the music you have out there and what your plans are, and then we'll get back to some more live music.
Sure, yeah. If you want to check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all of the good stuff, SoundCloud, I guess, too, just Quinn O'Donnell. I have 2 records out. I released my first one in 2020, right in the middle of COVID, and the other one I released in 2023, I believe. First record is called The Best Years of Our Lives Are Behind Us Now. Kind of an ominous title. It was taken from a sentence my dad had written me in a letter, just talking about the sadness of having such a great peak in life and being so nervous that the best years of your life are forever behind you, and the anxiety surrounding that. That's what that record is about. My second record is called Wherefore Art Thou? And it's just about, trying to find out more of who you are, especially when you're in your really early 20s and you're just trying on different things and trying to figure out who it is that you are on the inside. And I feel like that's what a lot of what I write about is typically what comes through in my music. So I guess if that's a topic that interests you, you should definitely check it out. I've got a couple EPs as well. I'm releasing an EP in the fall of this next year. I have a couple singles released for that already. Both of them came out in the first half of this year. My third single will be coming out in March. So be on the lookout for that, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
And people can keep up with you, I'm sure, on social media and
Yes.
all of that.
Moldy Espresso is my Instagram username. So
Multi espresso.
yeah, exactly.
Very good. All right, well, let's get some more music right now. This is
do
Quinn
it.
O'Donnell.
Awesome. Alrighty. This next song I got for y'all is called About Last Summer, and it is about last summer.
I thought you were pretty, turns out you're just pretty cool. We slept in the city and made up our own rules about how it's not fair and that what we're doing is okay. 'Cause this is how life is and it'll always be this way. Sick to my stomach with the feeling that this will end. But I'll be okay, I'll post a picture on the internet. 'Cause life's so amazing that I can barely breathe. But I really just wish you'd come fly in and save me. Please pick up the phone. Are you home alone? still, thanks for taking me out today. I have my weird quirks, but it's always been that way. So thanks for this time, now we'll both go on tonight. 'Cause babe, though you're real sweet, this just doesn't feel quite right. Please pick up the phone. Are you home alone? Don't leave me on my own. Yeah. All
Thank y'all.
I had a dream, and you were there, but I didn't recognize your face. You were a stranger. I had a friend, maybe it was you, but you have a way of making me feel so blue. But I guess I did that to you too. You're just like nicotine, I'm dying for a fix. And just like a cigarette, I press you to my lips. And with every breath I take, I feel your burn again. The silent suffering never ends. You were my brother until you weren't, and I needed more than you could give me, and so did you. Like a madman, sharp as a tack, I tally up my past mistakes that I can't take back. I never meant to make you feel so bad. You're just like nicotine, I'm dying for a fix. And just like a cigarette, just like nicotine. I'm dying for a fix. Just like a cigarette, I press you to my lips. And with every breath I take, I feel your burn again. The silent suffering never ends. The silent suffering never ends. Thank y'all.
That's Quinn O'Donnell on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. We're going to get one more song from her, but before we do that, I want to thank you all for hanging out with us on this cold winter day. Thanks to everybody who's watching and listening out there as well. And why don't we have one more big hand for our first guest today, Jordan Allen. So we are going to be taking a little break after Christmas Eve for a few days from the Blue Plate, but then we'll be back 6 days a week again in the new year. So hope you'll keep joining us. All right, well, you got one more for us?
I got a happy song to kind of close us out. I promise not every song I write is really sad. I'm actually a very happy person. This last tune I've got for y'all is a love song that I absolutely love. It's called Sweet Little Giant. And once again, my name is Quinn. Feel free to check me out on all your music streaming services. Cheers, y'all.
Sweet little giant, you're taller than trees. You've got hair down your back and it trickles right down to your knees. And that's the way that you please. Sweet little giant, you're the view of a skull. You've got sockets for eyes and you're fully formed out of a bowl. Just so you know, and I fall harder slowly still. You're the first thing I've
Thank y'all.
That's Quinn O'Donnell on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. I hope you'll join us next time for more real live music. But right now, I'm going to send it back into the studio.